The USS Nimitz, pride of the United States Navy, is not just a ship, it is a moving city, a floating airbase, and a fortress at sea. Stretching over 1,092 feet in length and displacing more than 100,000 tons, it is among the largest warships ever constructed. From the moment it departs its home port, the Nimitz becomes a symbol of American power and technological mastery, carrying thousands of sailors, hundreds of aircraft, and the capability to wage war anywhere on the oceans of the world. As the ship cuts through the vast blue waters, the first sight that captures attention is the immense flight deck. It is more than 4 acres of steel runway, a mobile airport in the middle of the sea. Here, the rhythm of life is defined by the roar of jet engines and the precise movements of deck crew. Each crew member wears a different colored uniform: yellow for aircraft directors, green for maintenance, red for ordnance, purple for fuel handlers, blue for handling, and brown for plane captains. Together they create a dance of discipline and precision, guiding fighter jets into position, preparing them for launch, or signaling their recovery. The catapults thunder as they hurl aircraft into the sky with unmatched force, sending warplanes off the deck every 30 seconds. At the other end, arresting wires are ready to catch the incoming jets. Pilots approach carefully, lining up with the carrier's angled deck, lowering their tail hooks. In a heartbeat, the wire catches and the plane screeches to a halt, a perfect ballet of power and control. Above the flight deck rises the island tower, a fortress of technology. Antennas, radars, and communication arrays extend skyward, monitoring the air and sea for hundreds of miles. Inside, the bridge hums with activity as officers guide the ship, giving orders that control a vessel longer than 3 football fields. Beneath the bridge, the primary flight control, known as pre-fly, is the nerve center of all air operations. From here, commanders and air bosses watch every takeoff and landing, making split-second decisions that ensure safety and success. Deep inside the ship lies the hangar bay, a cavernous space large enough to hold dozens of aircraft. Here, planes are stored, repaired, and armed. Sailors in coveralls work tirelessly, maintaining engines, loading missiles, and ensuring that every aircraft is combat-ready. Giant aircraft elevators, each capable of lifting more than 100,000 pounds, transport jets between the hangar and the flight deck in mere seconds, making the ship's air wing a living, breathing organism of war. At the heart of the Nimitz lies its greatest secret: its twin nuclear reactors. These reactors provide virtually unlimited power, allowing the ship to sail for more than 20 years without refueling. The energy generated not only propels the massive vessel through the water but also powers the thousands of systems that keep it alive, from lights and computers to catapults and weapons. In the reactor control rooms, sailors monitor gauges, digital screens, and warning alarms, ensuring everything runs perfectly. The roar of turbines, the hiss of steam, and the hum of generators combine into a deep mechanical heartbeat that drives the ship forward. Equally important is the Combat Information Center, the CIC. Hidden deep within armored compartments, the CIC is the brain of the ship's combat power. Here, green-lit radar screens glow in the darkness as sailors track aircraft, ships, and submarines across the horizon. Every movement is recorded, every potential threat analyzed. Commanders make split-second decisions, coordinating with destroyers, cruisers, and submarines in the carrier strike group. Together they form a shield around the carrier, ensuring no enemy can strike without. Warning: life aboard the Nimitz is not all about machines and missions, it is also about people. More than 5,000 sailors call this ship home, and for them, daily life is a mixture of work, discipline, and camaraderie. The mess deck is the heart of social life, where sailors gather for meals prepared in industrial kitchens that serve tens of thousands of plates every day. Here, laughter and conversation mix with the clatter of trays and the aroma of hot food. Medical facilities mirror those of a small hospital, with operating rooms, dental offices, and emergency wards ready to handle anything from routine checkups to battlefield injuries. Living quarters are compact but functional, rows of bunks stacked in tight compartments, where sailors rest before returning to long shifts. Weapons bristle along the edges of the Nimitz, ensuring it is never defenseless. The Phalanx close-in weapon system, a rapid-fire Gatling gun capable of firing thousands of rounds per minute, stands ready to shred incoming missiles. Missile launchers, surface-to-air defenses, and electronic countermeasures add layers of protection, making the ship a fortress on the sea. Helicopters patrol the skies around the carrier, while submarines and destroyers form a ring of steel, always on guard. Night aboard the Nimitz is a spectacle of light and discipline. The flight deck glows under neon blue and green lights, guiding pilots to their takeoff and landing spots. Jets roar into the darkness, flames bursting from their engines, disappearing into the night sky. Below decks, sailors continue their duties, some maintaining engines, others cleaning equipment, and many preparing for the next day's operations. Sleep comes in short shifts, but the cycle of work never ends. The carrier is alive 24 hours a day, a city that never sleeps. Storms test the might of this vessel. Towering waves crash against the hull, winds howl across the deck, and rain lashes the sailors, yet the Nimitz presses on. Aircraft are chained securely, elevators locked, and the crew moves carefully, but the mission never stops. The ship was built to endure, and it carries on with unyielding determination. The USS Nimitz never sails alone. It is always the centerpiece of a carrier strike group, escorted by destroyers armed with Aegis missile systems, cruisers providing air defense, and submarines lurking silently beneath the waves. Together they form an unbeatable force, ready to project power anywhere in the world. Whether patrolling peaceful waters or standing guard in hostile seas, the USS Nimitz is more than a ship. It is a symbol of strength, a beacon of American resolve, and a fortress of steel and courage that commands respect across the globe. From the roar of its engines to the discipline of its crew, from the glowing lights of its command centers to the thunder of jets soaring into the sky, the USS Nimitz embodies the spirit of naval warfare. It is not just a carrier, it is a nation's will carried upon the sea.